On this week's Waypoint, more speculation on the possible next champion, Iron Stylist projects one visual update a month, and our LCS recap for Week 3. What's up guys, and welcome to Waypoint, your weekly League of Legends recap for February 6th, 2014. I'm your host, Mike Shaffnet. Now first up, I want to quickly apologize for the lack of uploading Summoner Showcase Revival onto this channel these last 2 weeks. I've kind of been sorting some things out for the channel, and I know that some of you guys out there enjoy watching it, so be rest assured it'll be returning next week. Now, moving on to some of the news, if you guys remember back a couple weeks, there were some leaked pictures of a possible future champion known as Vel'Koz. Well, it looks like Reddit has found something interesting, as always, that may have been teasing this champion for over 10 months now, and it was actually hidden directly under our, well, eye this entire time. If we take a look at the purple side fountain laser on Howling Abyss, it looks very similar to the files that we found on Vel'Koz, with only one eye and a similar tentacle shape. Now, for something that's been in the game for so long, it's kind of interesting that people are just now finding a connection between this as well as the other. Now it also appears that the Creator Victor splash screen might be getting updated with a little minor subtle difference. Not much has changed in the entire picture, both of them have Creator Victor, Battlecast Cho'Gath, Urgot, and Kog'Maw, but the thing that we speculated about before was this mysterious one-eyed tentacle monster in the background, and now it's getting updated to look a little less clouded. Does that look familiar? Now, Creator Victor was originally released on September 5th, 2013, which means the planning for this champion has to have been. Alright, so if you guys haven't noticed, the video that we keep playing here in this segment has been popping up all over various League-centric YouTube channels. Almost unexpectedly, like the content creators have no idea what's going on. Like their broadcasts are being interrupted or rather watched by some ominous force. And these videos have spread like wildfire, some of which are gaining over 500,000 views. Now, all of this could be some elaborate internet prank made by a very talented special effects designer, or I think Riot might be jumping on the guerrilla marketing bandwagon to get enthusiastic theorists talking. And talking most of you guys are. Reddit has been filled with Vel'Koz posts, and some are even going as far to speculate a massive event that could change the entire Summoner's Rift. If you recall a few years ago during the Winter's event, we received an iced over Summoner's Rift version of the map that seemed to be absent from this past year's event. When the subject of why this aesthetic change wasn't present in this year's event, Riot Tryndamere responded with, "You'll see why in Q1 of 2014. Could this mean an entire Summoner's Rift makeover with a Void-inspired theme, much like what we saw with Winter or Halloween versions in previous years? Some of you guys are going even as far to speculate of a new Invasion game mode that's similar to Hexakill or One for All. Let us know what you guys think about all this new information in the comments below. Alright, so next up, Riot Iron Stylist posted on the forums that they're planning on releasing a visual update approximately once every month. He continued on to say that they are currently working on 4 visual updates, including the Scion relaunch. Rumble will be one of these champions as well, and will come with a new Rumble skin. He continues on to say that once this new skin has been created for Rumble, it will be much easier to do subsequent skins, since the new skins will have an entirely rebuilt rig. Next up, he even talks about Evelynn and says how she's currently in the very early stages of redevelopment. She's currently just a lady in tights and needs an entire thematic overhaul. When they do perform this change, she will probably get a traditional skin that will let players keep the old version of Evelynn if they so choose. Other champions that are being looked at, but not in the immediate future, are Warwick, Renekton, Miss Fortune, Taric, and Karthus. Iron Stylist finished off by saying that they do plan on doing one relaunch per month, however it's not a hard deliverable that they must hit. It's what they want to hit, it's what they plan to hit, but it's not always feasible if problems are encountered. Alright, now I know that all of you guys love the MOBA genre, but I'm willing to bet that there are some of you guys out there that have previously played or also enjoy MMOs, or maybe there's some of you guys that are out there that are huge Elder Scrolls fans. For those of you that are, I'm sure that you guys are aware of the upcoming Elder Scrolls Online, and we here at LolNation TV want to hook you guys up with an amazing deal on pre-ordering this game. This offer is good for both standard and Imperial editions of the game, and by pre-ordering, you'll gain access to at least 3-day early access, 30 days of game time, as well as the Explorers Pack DLC. Now this DLC will let you guys play any race in any alliance and include a vanity pet. Now guys, I can already hear you in the comments. This is a League show, and I know that not everyone out there is interested in MMOs, but for those of you guys that are, this is a great deal, and we have no idea how long it's gonna last. So if you were at all interested in pre-ordering Elder Scrolls Online, head on over to offergb.com/ESO or click the link that can be found in the description below. Alright, let's shift back into some League and take a look at the EU LCS. For our first game, we've got Super Hot Crew versus Copenhagen Wolves. Super Hot Crew chose to lock in the Morgana support, and she actually proved to be quite tenacious, assisting in First Blood and even forcing out a flash from both bottom lane players at the very start of the laning phase. Once things got into the mid game, it was Super Hot Crew that proved to have the better team fight composition, as they initiated after taking a second inner turret in the top lane. Moops on Ziggs landed a 5-man ultimate, taking a significant amount of HP from the majority of the Wolves. The rest of Super Hot Crew was able to clean up the fight thanks to some strong soul shackles from Morgana. What sealed the Wolves' fate was a disastrous Baron attempt, which gave Super Hot Crew the ace as well as the opening that they needed to enter the Wolves' den. Super Hot Crew took down the open Nexus, winning the game at 36 minutes. Next up, the game that everyone was looking forward to this week in the EU was, of course, between Gambit Gaming and Fnatic. The game started off with what looked like a blue buff invade by Gambit's bot lane, but it took a turn for the worse when Fnatic's Cyanide baited them into a 3v2 surprise attack, scoring first and second blood. However, this setback did not deter Alex Itch's Zed from being a dominant force in fights. Fnatic was able to bring it hard into the late game, but Gambit was able to take the win at 50 minutes, going 23-18, putting an end to Fnatic's winning streak. So after week 3 of the EU LCS, the current standings are as such. Fnatic still standing on top, going 2-1 in the week for first. Gambit Gaming climbed up into second place and pushed Team Rawcat down into third. SK Gaming moved up a spot into fourth. Super Hot Crew climbed up 3 spots to tie Copenhagen Wolves for fifth. Millennium still holds down 7th place, and Alliance moved down to 8th. Alright, let's move on and take a look at some of the highlights from the NA LCS. First up, taking their rivalry to the Rift is Team Curse vs Counter Logic Gaming. Right in the picks and bans, Curse seemed to have something up their sleeves with the Janus support pick from Zekin. It turns out that the boys were planning on making this game to be a quick one. Nunu's Blood Boil, combined with Janna's bonus AD from her shield, mixed with Jinx's minigun attack speed bonus, proved to be the perfect tower burning formula, with Curse taking the first tower just under the 4-minute mark. But it was time that seemed to be Curse's true enemy in this game. CLG's patience and tactical flanking became just the thing that they needed to take down Curse's objective-oriented build, and with one well-executed team fight, things really turned out in their favor. Counter Logic Gaming outlasts the Siege, winning a 43-minute game going 7-13 against Team Curse. Next up was a battle for supremacy as Team Solo Mid takes on Cloud9, where the winner would claim to be the first place in the NA rankings. Cloud9's Meteos decided to shake things up by locking in Fiddlesticks to traverse the jungle, hoping to bring in something unexpected. It was anyone's game as TSM was trying to break their 8-game losing streak against Cloud9, with the deciding factor being who could take the most ground while picking off the stragglers. The pendulum finally swung in TSM's favor with an impressively controlled Baron fight. Going 4 for 1, they come out on top, only losing their support X special amongst the chaos. This was the momentum that Team Solo Mid needed in order to take victory from Cloud9 in a 37-minute game with a score of 16-7. After week 3 of the NALCS, TSM pulls ahead of Cloud9 to place first and second respectively. Team Dignitas are in third with Counter Logic Gaming just behind them in fourth. Evil Geniuses sat tied with Curse in fifth, and Team Coast as well as XDG Gaming finish off the week in a tie for 7th place. That does it for this week's episode of Waypoint, but be sure to check back every week on Thursday for updated League of Legends news. If you guys like this video, be sure to like and comment below as it helps spread our audience, and if you guys want to see more League of Legends content, recaps, and updates, you should be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, LolNation TV. I'm Mike Shaffnet. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Mike Shaffnet. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next Waypoint.
Game Breaker TV.